I got a dono 3 or 4 nights ago asking me for my opinion on a thing. And I didn't know much about the thing, but I asked about a thing, and chat gave me bad answers. And chat forced me to spend 10 consecutive minutes spouting objectively incorrect positions. I was just an innocent victim until my community coerced me into engaging in irresponsible behavior. Now, of course, I did nothing wrong in any of this. I'm, the victim here. We'll see where it began, where it all went wrong with my community. Geralt of Boring Trivia with a $5. German election proves the Nosbo vortex is real. The pink arrow are former voters from the leftist party shifting vote to the fascist party. Oh, no, 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 no. I've got to trim the sides of my hair. Holy shit. With how I have my top hair pulled back and my side hair poofing out, it looks like I look like an old man with, like, the balding hair, except instead of a bald cap on top, it's just, like, hair. Now I'm insecure about it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Problem solved. Oh, no, 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 no. I read about this. The fascist party in Germany lost voters to every other party except Die Linke, the, like, Stalinist party, which funneled into the AfD. That is wild. How can you tell me the Nosbo Vortex and red fascists aren't a thing when the only fucking place that the fascists got supporters from were the Stalinists? Like, come on, dude. Jesus Christ. So, as you can see, you can tell, because I'm already saying incorrect stuff, that chat is already forcing me to do this, okay? At this point, the metaphorical gun is already up against my head. There's no other choice. There's no backing down. I essentially, I'm quivering, I can either end the stream right then, just click the red button on OBS, or, I can continue to let my chat guide my thought. It literally means the left. Yeah. They're a democratic socialist political party founded in 2007, direct descendant of the Marxist-Leninist ruling party of the former East Germany. Yeah, okay. So this is the legacy of the Soviet Union being thrown down right here. Social Democrats, descendant from East Germany. And then if we go to Wikipedia, okay. The argument that I was trying to make, which I'd seen... Oh, yeah, by the way, after that, we got a few posts on my Reddit, and I got a few emails. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it, The basic argument that I was trying to make, as I understood it, is, okay, so you guys know how I think the Soviet Union might have been a teensy little itty-bitty wit right-wing. You guys know that? You're familiar with my position on this? Just come along with it. Yeah, I've said this plenty of times. It was reactionary in many ways, and I certainly do not think it was socialist. So, many satellite nations around the USSR essentially had their governments just directly controlled by the Kremlin, including East Germany. So, the East German government, as I understand it, back during the USSR times, was at least adjacently right-wing in the ways that I've described the Soviet Union to be, right? So my thoughts were this. The Die Linke party, which just means the left, by the way, in German, that's the pink one right here. Not the biggest party, neither is the AfD, but anyway, the AfD, the very conservative far-right populist party, lost votes to everyone except Die Linke. They gained over 100,000 votes from Die Linke. So what I was thinking was, oh, Die Linke is essentially the direct descendant of the Marxist-Leninist party that was around throughout the entirety of East Germany's control under the USSR, right? So if the USSR was right-wing, and East Germany was right-wing, and that party was the one that controlled East Germany, then its descendants probably are at least influenced by the trappings of long-standing conservative pseudo-communism. Or, to put it another way, you guys know how in Eastern Europe and in Russia and other former Soviet Union territories, there are a lot of like boomers who are like basically conservatives, but they long for the Soviet Union, you know? Like they're basically like exactly like US boomers who long for the 1950s, except it's for the Soviet Union, you know? And they tend to be gruff, and they're often reactionary, and they're nationalist, xenophobic. This is stuff that I've heard from a ton of people who I've known from East Germany, videos that I've seen. It seems like it's like a thing. You guys know what I mean, right? Do you agree this is a reasonable assessment? Eastern Europeans despise the Soviet Union? Many of them do, yes. I'm not saying this is a huge majority of them. Yeah, red boomers, if you will. Yeah, but this is definitely like a thing that exists. So my understanding, my imagination, and I was literally just tying threads together in my head, was that Die Linke, the German descendant party from the Marxist-Leninist Party of East Germany, might have been the party that had these red boomers, you know? Now, these red boomers may be ostensibly left, but they also tend to be nationalist and populist. And the AfD, the far-right party, is also nationalist and populist. You understand? So my thought was this. The AfD gained votes from Die Linke because the shiftless red boomer Nosbol vortex type right-left, it doesn't matter, we just want populism folks moved over to the AfD, which was a more effective or electorally favored party that election, and that's why the Nosbol vortex is real. Now, the problem with everything that I've just said is that all of it was wrong. Slight problem. See, what I just said, what I just gave you, was a compelling narrative. It made sense in my head. That was what I was thinking. That was my thought process. But that wasn't true. Now, I do want to be clear about something, okay? I want to be clear about something, and this may sound like a bit of a cop-out, but I do think it's important to make this clear. The only reason this video got published was due to a communication mistake. I told my editors to publish everything for the past couple days because I wasn't feeling well and wasn't streaming, so they didn't have any new content. But I didn't want them to publish this because it was just me, like, responding and arguing with chat at, like, 1:30 in the morning or something. So they uploaded it, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, that video, we're not showcasing info here. And it got taken down. So that was my mistake for that. While it does sound like I'm saying that my only problem is that people noticed my mistake, I do think it's an important thing to say, because when you publish a video segment from a live stream, you're implying that that particular stream segment is especially noteworthy. So it assigned this like random chat response a level of undue importance, which I think exacerbated the blowback. Whereas if that video hadn't been posted, it would have just been, oh, Vosh was wrong. But if I post a video on it, it implies that not only am I wrong, I'm like confidently wrong, and I'm broadcasting the fact that I'm wrong, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So, that was how that came to be. I was very, very wrong because I formed a narrative in my head, and as a product of me not being forthcoming and communicating with my editors, Tempest can attest to the fact that I don't respond to messages for weeks. That's not good. Channel health. Tempest, I was apologizing for not being forthcoming and communicative about the segments that were to be edited and not to be edited. Little oopsies. We do a bit of trolling there. It's on me. The fact that Ryan and Tempest are able to get anything done in spite of me, honestly, a miracle. They are not at fault. But let's explain how I was wrong, because just saying that I was doesn't feel like it's enough. So there are a couple of problems here. First of all, the person in chat, can you post that link again? The real vote transference tabulation, please. That image, please. Can you throw that out there? What really happened here, is this it? Let me see. There we go. Can you imagine living in a country with more than two parties? My God. So these are where votes moved from the 2017 election to the 2021 election. So these big arrows indicate, you know, where things are going, essentially, which is cool. Now, this is incredibly hard to follow because for some reason they made a bunch of these arrows white. Click on either side. It's interactive. Amazing. So we can take a look at where the votes went for all these parties. For instance, as you can see, the Union Party, they had a bunch of voters that split into the SPD, the FDP, Nichtwähler, and other things. The SPD, over here, grew. While they had voter splits elsewhere, they actually have a larger chunk of the pie now because they got a bunch of votes from Union and from everywhere else. The AFD, that's the far-right populist party, lost a lot of votes. Nichtwähler, Verstorben, Union even. But not many came to them from other parties. The FDP looks like a reasonable amount of transference all over the board. Nichtwähler is non-voter. Ah, thank you. Okay, this is non-voter. Thank you. Now, as you can see, notice this, by the way. Die Linke, look at that. Die Linke shrunk massively. And Verstorben is dead? That's so morbid. Okay, these are the people who died then. Jesus. If that's the case, why are dead people... Oh, wait, that's Nichtwähler, not Verstorben. Okay, whatever. Anyway, look at Die Linke. See? They lost a fuck ton of votes. Wait, Nichtwähler is new voters? Wait, how many went from the new voter to now dead pipeline? Oh, it doesn't show any. Okay. Not many people going there. Okay, fine. That's good. That'd be morbid too. Anyway, with Die Linke, as you can see, they lost a lot of voters. You guys are seeing this, right? They're like half the size in the 2021 election as they are here in the 2017 election. They lost a ton of people. Non-voters, the Andere, Grüne, the Green Party, SPD, yeah, stuff like that. Now, Green Party we don't care about because green is a gay color, and Andere I don't care about. Let's take a look at Die Linke and the AFD, okay? Now, how many people went from the AFD to Die Linke? Like nobody. 70,000? That's less than every other party. From AFD, Die Linke received the fewest number of transfer votes. Like, more went to everything else than Die Linke, you see? And with Die Linke, look where their voters went. Again, the AFD received the fewest number of votes next to the FDP. Oh no, the Union received the fewest, I'm sorry. So Union got the fewest, then AFD and FDP tied, but Green Party, non-voter, more people died in the Verstorben category than people went over to the AFD. So it's not like Die Linke voters are flooding over to the AFD, and the AFD are flooding over to Die Linke. That's not happening. What's actually happening is a quirk of mathematics. Both Die Linke and the AFD are small parties that lost voters, meaning that from both of their perspectives, they have the potential to lose voters to every other party except to the other. In this case, it looked as though the AFD was receiving more from Die Linke simply because of the relative proportional numbers of votes that went from them to adjacent parties, but it's not indicative of some huge cross-promotion between the two. In fact, I got emails saying that the AFD actually has a decent amount of reach in East Germany. Die Linke, like I said, is descendant from the East German ML party, so obviously there's a lot of Die Linke pull in East Germany, or what used to be East Germany. And the AFD also has a decent amount of pull there. So it's more that the AFD and Die Linke are two far-right and far-left parties competing over a similar area, a similar geographic constituency, where there is a significant ideological divide. Does that make sense? So that explains what I saw. It's not Nazbol vortex type shiftlessly jumping between the left and the right. It's just they're small parties that both lost a lot, the AfD may have gained more from Die Linke than it lost, but both lost a ton everywhere. It has more to do with geographic concurrence than it does their shared ideological backgrounds. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the geographic prominence of the AfD. Right over here, see? It doesn't even show Die Linke here, but definitely a regional thing. Yeah, East Germany has a lot of poverty because of the USSR and blah, 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 so room for populism to spread. Now, with all of that being said, that's who won their districts? Yeah. So with all of that being said, that is the reason why those things played out, okay? And I was wrong, and I'm sorry that I was wrong, and I will try to put a lot of time between now and the next time I do it again. There you go. Oh, and to compensate for my wrong, I'm bringing on 3 Arrows sometimes in the near future, so you can have some good takes on German politics, okay? We can learn about the 2021 German election. Oh, sorry. I should clear that out. I will try to have 3 Arrows on. Dan Arrows, right? I can't make any serious promises.